Talking about memory lane, the fight that never got made was Riddick-Bowe. Everyone knows that, and a lot of people wanted to see that. It didn't happen. Now we're going through the stage at this present time where everyone wants Anthony Joshua to fight Deontay Wilder, but it's not happening. There was a tweet that you put out in June saying that it looks like AJ might have changed his tune. Can you sort of expand on that and tell us what you mean by that tweet?
Well, being a champion, being a heavyweight champion, obviously everybody wants to fight you, but you can only fight one person at a time. But you got to fight the best person out there that's going to make you look good, and depend on how you're plotting out your career. So if you're plotting out your career that, okay, I want this guy then, that guy then, this guy then, the public's not going to like that, because you should really box to who the public wants you to fight, because that's where the most money is. So for me, it was always, I box who the public wants me to fight for the most money. I won't box this guy just because of that. I want to box the best guy out there for my career.
How do you see boxing changing from the time you were about and how fights were being made to maybe how fights are getting made? Is it more complex? Is it a bit more complex now, or has it always been the same, but it seems like promoters are sort of maybe delaying fights?
Yeah, you're right. Fights were made in the old days were basically the most money. Whichever fight was the most money, that's the fight we'll go and get. And if it wasn't a lot of money, we'd promote it so it'll make a lot of money. And nowadays it's basically the same thing. Guys going out there putting the best matchups possible together, and hopefully, that both competitors take it. Sometimes, managers and promoters can get involved, TV companies can get involved and slow down the process, but ultimately, it's really down to the two boxers.
So I know you're a pundit, so I want you to put your punditry hat on now,
yes,
which you've got on. Just want to talk about Anthony Joshua fighting Alexander Povetkin in a couple of weeks. How do you see that fight playing out? Who do you see winning that fight?
I think that's going to be an important fight for Povetkin. Because he's been up there for a long time, and he boxed a lot of big guys, and this is, you could say, his last chance at the apple cart. So he has to either perform or maybe think about retirement.
Well, what do you make of Povetkin and the whole drug situation? He failed 2 drug tests, one coming into the Wilder fight, the second time coming into the Stavern fight. Do you believe that, since then he hasn't actually tested positive, but do you believe that people should be given a certain amount of chances, or should there be a point where they shouldn't be able to fight for a world title?
Well, the thing about the different bans, because I've got a lot of track friends, and they're when they tell me about the different bans on drugs and stuff, it's like it wasn't banned last year, but it's banned this year, or it wasn't banned 2 years ago, but it's banned now. So I don't know too much about it to speak on it. So all I know is that, you should stay clean as an athlete. I never took any of those drugs in my career, and, it should be a clean sport.